Hello everyone, this is the Blue Dragon Gamer, and we are playing level 24, Containment.
Aha! Pitiful human. I have you now. Wait, what are you supposed to be?
I'm Bob, and Bob's me. Bob. B.O.B. Here, I made up a little song to help me remember. Want to hear?
Silence! Bob? You are an intruder on my flagship. Rest assured, my clones are coming for you. And when they find you, I, Gallaxhar, will annihilate you personally.
Bob, are you all right?
Yeah. Boy, these aliens are really crabby. And they're kind of squiddy, too.
Bob, watch your step! You are trapped in a diabolical alien cube maze!
Right at the start, we are thrown into a maze, which we need to navigate through. Looks a lot more complicated than it is.
Ah, foolish sap of amorphous goo. I see you have found my maze. I designed it myself. It is unsolvable.
First thing I like to do is go around defeating all the electrical enemies, as well as getting some throws out of the way. Remember to swallow something to walk over the grates and spit it out to pass through them. This is a handy little trick for dealing with the electrical enemies.
You need to find some crates along the way to beat this maze, Bob. Don't worry much about the drone robots at the top as they keep respawning. All right, here's where it gets complicated.
Not complicated at all, just need to grab this crate and backtrack up to the top right where the switch is. All that is left is to activate the switch, which will take care of the first maze.
Wow, that was great!
All clones, galactic conquest is near. Hail Gallaxhar.
Are you amazed yet, flabby non-humanoid Earther?
Now for the second maze, which is full of drone robots that just keep respawning. One tip is to try and grab a silver drone robot, as it is a shooter, and hold on to it. This way you're less likely to be hit, at least in this first section. This maze has 4 sections, which are divided by the barriers. Just need to find and activate a switch to open up the next section. Now this next section adds flying robots to the mix, which can be a real pain.
Yeah, pal, show him who's boss.
Pick your moment to grab a bot to get over the grate and activate the switch. This will open up the third section. In the next section is some electrical robots to contend with. I like to keep my distance and keep throwing drone robots at them. Only problem is they like to lock onto each other instead. Now to activate the switch and head to the final section. This is the hardest section in my opinion, with the grenade robots causing havoc. One touch from the grenades and kiss your flawless goodbye, so take your time and play it safe. I find that I like to hide in the third section a bit, just to keep away from the grenade robots. All that is left is to activate the switch to disable the last barrier. And with that, we completed the second maze.
Are you dizzy yet, you amorphous semi-solid?
Carefully make your way across the moving platforms and grab the crate. Ready for our third maze. Now here you need to be quick and make your way through without being pushed off as the crate moves. In order to get everything you need, make your way through a couple times using the conveyor belt to start back at the beginning. Here we have a similar situation, but I find it to be a little easier with the moving platform. Again, use the conveyor belt to start back at the beginning. Now this part can be extremely difficult as you have a very small margin of time to transition from one grate to the other. Get rid of the crate to pass through. Now to quickly get rid of the flying robots, as there is practically no room to dodge. Don't forget to grab another small bot before stepping on the moving grate. Here is another part where you have to make quick movements to avoid getting knocked off as you make your way to the switch.
What was I doing again? Ooh, butterfly! Oh, no, it wasn't.
That takes care of the third maze.
Whee! This is fun!
This maze will spell your doom. Enjoy it, for it is the last maze you will ever... it is the last maze you will ever... forget it. For you, it will simply be the last maze ever.
Now for, yep, you guessed it, another maze. How wonderful. As if we are not sick of them at this point. I promise this will be the last one. First, I am going to go to the left, which doesn't lead to anything, but does help me clear out some enemies and get a bit of a layout. Now, in order to get to the plasma turret in the center, we need to activate 3 switches to disable the barriers, which are located in the 3 corners. Bottom left, top right, and top left. First switch I'm going for is the top right. As you make your way around, watch out for the flying and electrical robots throughout. Also be mindful of using exploding crates as they can damage you as well. I like to play it safe and use the regular ones when I can. One down, 2 to go. Now we are going to be headed for the one on the bottom left. That takes care of the second one. Only the one in the top left corner to go. That was easier than I thought. Really helps when you get rid of all the enemies, doesn't it? Now to hit the switch and disable the last barrier. The force field is down. Move now is what this part reminds me of.
Crabnogs! You have solved my unsolvable maze. Now I will just have to make another one. Ugh! Not easy, no.
Oh, you've got to destroy the core of the bathysphere to help you. I know you can do it. This is it, Bob. This is what you were gene spliced for. This is your moment.
After all that, they decide to add a boss battle at the end. Fine, bring it on. Now this battle can be a bit dragged out, only because there is no weak point as in the red spots to exploit. Also, be ready with your shield to avoid the lasers. Finally, some red spots. That makes it a lot easier. Now to blast it and use your shield to avoid its plasma blast. Be sure to let your shield charge in between and not just hold it down, otherwise it won't hold up. That should do it. Now to see how we did. You're the Boss was for that last fight at the end with no damage.
Now that's what I call top notch! Very good! Now you have more choices!
Our DNA lab is almost complete. This is the end of level 24, Containment.